Sometimes the greatest enemy comes within.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
The enemy comes from within because you're possessed by a demon.
Oh, like the time with me in 6th grade.
And like Ryomen Sukuna, Jujutsu Kaisen's king of curses.
And Zs'Skayr, Ben 10's High Actor Lord.
Both of these evil emperors were banished, with only a small part remaining before they were merged with and later broke free from a young hero. But who would come out on top?
We'll find out when they both enter the Joust House.
It's Sukuna, by the way.
No, you idiot, Zs'Skayr is way cooler.
Oh yeah? Well, you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Nuh-uh.
The world of Ben 10 is a strange place, full of varied and interesting creatures.
And by varied, we mean like 80% of them are power-hungry, planet-destroying monsters who will conquer all in their path. Unless it's a certain 10-year-old boy.
Ben Tennyson was once an ordinary kid, but when an alien device did what it did and stuck itself upon treasure seekers that it hid, now he got superpowers, he's an ordinary kid.
This device, the Omnitrix, blessed Ben with the ability to turn into literally millions of different unique creatures, of which he'll only consistently use like 6.
However, out of all of these, one stands out, and it's one of his original 10.
Ripjaw has the power to swim good and is completely useless outside of water.
I mean, yeah, but there's also Ghost Freak. A ghost-like alien who can turn invisible, possess opponents, and sprout freaky tentacles from the seam on its body.
That's it? No wonder he sticks with 4 arms. If only he had a cool ability, like having his DNA taken from a ruthless alien king.
He also has DNA taken from a ruthless ectonoroid alien king named Zs'Skayr.
Holy shit!
Once the ruthless ruler of Ectopathos, Zs'Skayr, upon hearing the power of Omnitrix, went looking for the device.
He instead found Merx, the one collecting DNA for the Omnitrix. When she scanned him, she accidentally made another Zs'Skayr due to how ectonoroid DNA works.
Zs'Skayr's essence remained trapped in there for a long time, until one Ben Tennyson released him, with Zs'Skayr's evil soul looking for a way out. And eventually, he found it.
Despite his really stupid name, Zs'Skayr can back up his horrifically deformed overbite, having all the powers you'd expect from a ghost, like possession, invisibility, soul manipulation, and energy beams. But like the animatronics, he gets a little bit quirky at night.
In the dark, Zs'Skayr has a notable boost in strength. At one point, he uses the Eternal Darkness to possess several beings in the last world, and as we said, ectonoroid DNA corrupts the being into becoming another puppet for the big man.
Imagine being possessed and turning into Mid. I'd just kill myself, honestly.
Well, it might be hard, since Zs'Skayr and ectonoroids are dead, kinda. They lack mana, and Darkstar is unable to absorb his energy. Likewise, he can also regenerate from being shredded to atoms, albeit it takes a while.
The problem is that he's weak to light. I can kill this guy with a tanning bed.
If only it was that simple. He's gone up against several of Ben's aliens, including Feedback, who holds his own against Malware, who survived a planet exploding, and also overwhelmed Vilgax, who took effect from the fusion of 2 of Ben's strongest aliens, Alien X and Atomics, and survived.
Unlike Zs'Skayr, who lost to normal atomics by making a nightlight the High Ectolord everyone.
You thought the sun could kill him? Not true! I mean, it can, but he has a second skin to help protect him a bit. He can even dodge beams described as being from the sun itself.
He still looks like an emo dust skull.
While Zs'Skayr may have a few stumbles,
Idiot doesn't know how to buy sunblock.
he's still a crafty, deadly, and powerful foe. One that can never be underestimated.
Today I will reclaim my throne as High Ectolord of Anor Transil.
Over 1,000 years ago, during the golden age of Jujutsu, lived a powerful sorcerer named Ryomen Sukuna.
Sukuna what?
Die. Anyways, Sukuna was a human sorcerer, and among the most powerful as well, killing several of the Golden Age's best sorcerers. He later found himself at the Harvest Festival, where he was treated as an idol by everyone there.
This includes his admirer and obsessive fan, Yorozu, who tried to help alleviate him of his supposed loneliness. He then attacks her and wounds her. Ace Legend. So then he died. So who when we enter the check?
It turns out his death was greatly exaggerated. Kinda. Prior to his death, he split his soul into his fingers, turning them into cursed objects, which are objects that hold the being of a sorcerer. One finger was kept in a box in the Sugizawa High School.
The school's occult club went to investigate the box, until, whoop, demons. To help fight off the spirits, one of the boys investigating the finger, Yuji Odori, decided to eat it. Because, I mean, what else would you do? We all heard you can bite your finger parts like carrots. Might as well test it out, you know?
Eating the finger was actually a good idea, though. Kinda. As it gave Itadori the powers of the long-dead sorcerer the finger used to belong to, releasing Sukuna back into the world.
Kinda, again. He may have phenomenal cosmic powers, but he also got an NDB living space, Itadori's mind.
Sukuna immediately regains all of his previous power and memories, and nearly possesses the young Yuji to cause a massacre that he'd been planning.
Unfortunately for him, a certain Ranissimo fodder decides to help Yuji out. Yuji suppresses Sukuna's power. For now, but hey, I'm sure it'll come back to bite him.
Yuji needs to fight hard to keep this power under wraps, as if unleashed, Sukuna would cause mass devastation. Easily one of the most powerful characters in the verse. He's a master hand-to-hand combatant. He's also an extremely skilled sorcerer, being able to manipulate explosions, fire, poison, souls, and so much more. One of his most notable skills, though, is just being able to recreate almost any ability he sees, just by seeing it once.
Hoping he can recreate a way to not look like a rejected member of Green Day. He also has access to domain expansion, with his version not trapping people like most do, which increases the guaranteed hit range.
He's also very resistant to possession, so get fucked, Ghost Freak.
Well, he was resistant to being stupid. Well, seriously, what's the upside of having another pair of arms? You can dab twice as effectively?
While he does get those at full power when he gets access to all 20 fingers. Once he's fingered 20 times, he becomes immensely more powerful than before, and a weakened Sukuna can vaporize a large chunk of Shibuya.
Eventually, he becomes powerful enough to even get Gojo to play Among Us. Truly, the imposter is sus.
He can also go to the beach without exploding.
I'll kill you!
While he does need all the fingers to reach his true potential, besides that, there's really not much downsides to him. Not only is he immensely strong, he can also keep up with and even overwhelm lightning timers, and is a brilliant strategist in and out of battle, who possesses deep understanding of curses and can easily deduce counters to them.
If only he could deduce the best person to use the vessel for world domination isn't a 15-year-old.
Even with that, Ryomen Sukuna stands above all in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, as the most deadly sorcerer known to man.
頑張れ頑張れ俺が飽きるまで何度でも付き合うぞ
We start in a museum. Various people are exploring the exhibits there. Suddenly, holes punch through one of the walls. Sukuna walks in.
Hello, mortals. Don't mind me. I'm just here to collect what's rightfully mine.
People say frozen in fear as Sukuna walks into the room. He observes the room, looking for something. He stops an exhibit holding one of his fingers.
Exactly what I needed. Now to...
A gunshot is heard, hitting Sukuna but doing nothing. He turns around.
Oh, you want me to demonstrate my power?
He says, letting up his hand.
Well, let me.
It's cut off as suddenly, Zs'Skayr rushes in, grabbing the man with the gun and corrupting him into an Acronorite. Two other Acronorites tail behind him. He lets out a cackle.
Yes, welcome all to your despair. I am Zs'Skayr, the Ectonorite Lord.
Almost everyone left in the museum suddenly turns to run, though few stay frozen in fear. Sukuna chuckles and starts walking towards him.
I'm already the Earth's ruler, but I'll enjoy having your skull being the first one to adorn my throne.
This museum contains troves of powerful artifacts, and I intend to make it my new home. But I can concur. Your skull would make the most wonderful housewarming gift.
Zs'Skayr rushes at Sukuna, swinging his scythe. Sukuna simply smiles and dodges the initial scythe swing, before punching Zs'Skayr square in the jaw. Zs'Skayr's head spins in a circular motion.
Well, now I truly have a bone to pick with you.
Zs'Skayr snaps his fingers, and his three Acronorite minions all storm Sukuna, giving him enough time to turn everyone remaining in the museum into Acronorites. Sukuna shoots fire out of his hand, dispersing all the Acronorites, who cower and feel the sudden shift in brightness. Zs'Skayr is taken back as well.
So, you're scared of a little light, huh? Well, I'll show you what real Jujutsu is!
Sukuna rushes at the still shaking Zs'Skayr and creates an explosion right in front of him. Zs'Skayr rises in pain and flees.
Fleeing is smart. Know your place! Beneath me!
Zs'Skayr then flies right behind him and rushes right into Sukuna, going into him.
Know your place in my shadow.
Zs'Skayr attempts to corrupt his body, but after minimal struggle, Sukuna expels him from himself.
No man alive can stop me. Your death will come swiftly.
Alive, I am not.
Zs'Skayr launches a beam of energy at Sukuna, briefly stunning him. Zs'Skayr then gets him close and rapidly slices him with a scythe, all while laughing maniacally. Sukuna shoots another beam of fire to catch Zs'Skayr off guard, before grabbing both his arms and slamming him to the ground.
I'm tired of this game! Behold, true power!
Sukuna jumps behind himself and grabs the box holding the finger, shattering it, then eating the finger. A surge of power rushes into him, as he starts an additional pair of arms.
Oh, have you been working out?
He twirls the scythe menacingly before sending several beams of energy towards Sukuna. Sukuna starts to laugh in melee.
You cannot stop me! No one can!
Sukuna rushes towards him, dodging all blasts before unleashing a severe beatdown upon Zs'Skayr. He headbutts him before creating 2 explosions around him. Zs'Skayr screeches in pain as his second skin starts melting. Sukuna stands above, looking at the decaying Zs'Skayr in front of him.
You have seen the light, but now you will see darkness. Eternal darkness. Domain expansion.
Suddenly, the entire museum fills with darkness. Sukuna starts charging an attack to finish him off.
You pathetic fool, falling right into my trap. You'll be lucky to see the light of day after I finish you. Ah!
Zs'Skayr tail whips him in the chest. He gets back up and starts laughing maniacally.
You dare tell me about the dark? Darkness is my domain.
His eye flashes suddenly. Dozens of Ectronorites come from every angle, grabbing onto and tearing apart Sukuna.
I see.
I can do anything. I am the dark. You're right to be afraid.
Sukuna reaches his arm to shoot more fire, only for Zs'Skayr to rush at him, chopping off all of his arms. Sukuna releases a blood-curdling scream. Zs'Skayr slowly moves one of his skeletal fingers up in a pointing motion, as some of the Ectronorites lift Sukuna's bleeding body into the air. Zs'Skayr twirls his scythe before flying up towards Sukuna, chopping his head off, and grabbing it as his lifeless body falls to the ground.
Yes. This will make a great first trophy. A trophy to bring in a new age. An age of darkness.
Zs'Skayr laughs as minions gather up the artifacts in the museum and any people they can find, ridding them for the corruption to the new master, as the screen goes black. Let's freaking go! Totally here to win, Aqua. Aqua?
Well, this certainly was an interesting fight.
Not a particularly close one, though. While Ben 10 stats are still up in the air, you could genuinely scale even the mid-tiers Alien X via the Atomics flick. Zs'Skayr is, bare minimum, planet level. The overpowering Vilgax in his fight with feedback. Sukuna, heck Jujutsu Kaisen as a whole, can't really compete.
While Sukuna can keep up with lightning timers, that's nothing compared to Zs'Skayr dodging point-blank sunlight fired at him, meaning he absolutely blitzes.
In fairness to Sukuna, he's arguably smarter. He's a master manipulator and can easily deduce weaknesses and how to replicate techniques. While Zs'Skayr, well not a dummy, has a few slip-ups, like not realizing that he's constantly speaking against his idea's assistant, so going to betray him.
He also does again resist possession, meaning Zs'Skayr's main shtick wouldn't work on him. Unfortunately, that won't just stop Zs'Skayr from murdering him immediately, once he realizes possession or corruption won't work.
Sukuna just didn't stand a ghost of a chance.
What if Zs'Skayr kept the name Ghost Freak and he ate ass and sucked toes?
The winner is Zs'Skayr.